Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. We are going to talk about our QuietLite retrofit windows today. So let's get started. A little about me, your speaker. My name is Karl Lee. I'm the National Sales Manager for Noise Barriers. I have been in noise related to noise, vibration, harshness for the last 35 years. Um, 20 as an engineer and 15 in sales. Um, Notably in automotive NVH, I did a lot of work in vibration decoupling from engine to exhaust systems. And then from there, I went into active noise canceling, which is more involved with software and solving problems like low frequency wheel noise coming from automotive trucks, all the way to reflective noise inside large arenas, um, and other types of large venues. And then finally to noise sound control products in the industrial side of business for noise barriers the last 2 years. What are we going to talk about today? I have got about 10 slides to quickly go over a little bit about our retrofit windows. What is the product, the construction, how do we make these windows, the applications, where are they used, and a couple of case studies. So what is the product? So our product is essentially a glazed, laminated, anywhere from a quarter of an inch to a half inch thick window. Um, Depending on the size, we may have to increase the thickness just for handling and for damage during installing, to avoid damage during installing. Um, the nice thing about these noise control windows is they install into your existing window opening. So it does not require you to remove your current window. These install right on top of it, and we'll talk about how those get installed. The framing on all of our windows are extruded aluminum. We stock this product. It's very easily cut and assembled in our factory here in North Aurora in the state of Illinois. Um, Typical sizes, we can go up to 48 inches wide, 4 feet wide, and up to 96 inches tall, 8 feet tall. Anything larger than that, like I said, we take the chance of damaging the window during installation because it's so large and so heavy. I should also note, painted to any RAL color. What does that mean? The aluminum frame around the window can be painted to any RAL specification, so it matches your existing window mullion. And one of the things that sets us apart from the competition, it's a very sleek, minimalist design. And what I mean by that, it has an optimal viewing area. So you don't want to cut down on the actual viewing space on your existing window. And this really minimizes it. The width of our frame is 5/8 of an inch. So you can imagine there's very little blocking of your viewing area when these are installed. So let's talk a little bit about the components. Let's break it down. So besides the window glass, which we just kind of mentioned, the proprietary engineered product that helps with providing your window to be soundproof is this perforated liner. This liner is essentially a perforated 22 gauge steel. Inside it is a foam. It's an acoustic foam, and all of this entire assembly that you see here in this picture on the left is assembled using self-tapping panhead screws to your existing mullion. In this case, most 99.9% of our applications are aluminum frame mullions. So these install on all four sides of your window before our window is set into place on top of this to create basically a double pane system. So the window is simply like I described it. Here is your glazing, and here is your extruded frame. Essentially, this is a side section view of the window frame itself. Here is your window clear opening. This is your extrusion, panhead screwed, self-tapping into your existing mullion. And here is the glazing sitting between a flexible gasket that holds the window, and as well as a gasket that's not shown here between your existing mullion and the frame itself. So that gives you the 100% seal. So what is the performance? So the human ear uh, is able to detect as much as a 3 dB change in sound. For those with really sharp hearing, you can detect a 1 dB as an example. But for generally speaking, the average is 3 dB. And over a third octave band frequency of what the human ear can hear, you can see our noise barriers is in the second row here compared to some typical types of applications. And this performance data was taken on a 24-hour soak in a hospitality hotel room that was experiencing a lot of road noise from the highway that it was positioned next to. So you can see from 80 to 2000 hertz, we have anywhere from a 10 dB improvement over a quarter-inch glass. This is just quarter-inch glass. It has no inner liner where our noise barriers product does. And then compared to, in this case, they tried the acrylic glass, and then also regular, meaning the existing hotel window without any type of enhancement. So that just gives you an idea over this. And if you'd like me to send you the data, I'm happy to do that. Just contact me, and I'll give you my contact information on the last slide. So here is a typical application in a hotel. Here you'll see our window installed. Liner is also included. This black looking tape on the outside isn't actually tape. It's a plastic cover concealing the self-cap screws, which can also be painted to match. So it's essentially invisible, if you will, once it's installed. And it's quite attractive. So this is a laminated glass, slightly tinted, but should improve, like I said, up to a 10 dB change, depending on what frequency level that you're trying to attenuate. So on the right here, right bottom, is the actual hotel, which we'll talk about in a case study coming up. And then also, this is the atrium of the same hotel that they're contemplating applying this retrofit window style to block out a lot of the road noise. So first case study, like I mentioned before, Lowe's Hotel brand, situated here next to a very busy 670 highway. Noise emanating between floors 9 and 20. So most of their guests here are hearing a lot of the low frequency rumbling noise caused by a semi truck, tractor trailer truck. So what is the solution? They called us in, we came in, we did some sound measurements as we took before. We installed our window retrofit, which you saw on a previous slide, on a couple of test rooms and lowered the decibels by 10 dB, as you saw in the chart. And so now we're in process of hopefully sometime in the near future scaling up to handle all their floors. So all in all, we're talking about over 1,000 windows in this hotel. And right now they have so many complaints on Yelp that they can't even rent out these rooms to customers because they're getting such negative reviews. So just think about the dollars lost because they can't fully occupy the hotel. All right, the second case study I'd like to talk about is on a smaller scale. This is an actual audiometric practice where they do a lot of hearing testing and hearing aid fitting. Small business in Kansas City. Their building, again, is located next to a busy expressway, and they're unable to provide accurate testing in their facility. So this is a 5-window installation, 4-foot by 6-foot windows, and these are just being installed on the side of the building facing the road noise. So there's a lot of applications. It could be small scale like this or larger scale hotel. That's kind of where I see a lot of applications. That's a really high level overview on the product. I'm happy to send you more. I can also send you samples of the framing so you can see how it fits actually on your existing window. Just contact me at this email, klee@noisebarriers.com, or I'm happy to take any of your phone calls. Thank you for your time.